Yo, welcome back to another Madden simulation. We are up to week 12. Week 12 of the NFL. And Madden last week, unfortunately, did not continue its winning streak and got the week 11's matchup. Cowboys at Chiefs wrong. This week, we'll see if Madden can bounce back as we have the LA Rams versus the Green Bay Packers. A highly anticipated matchup, especially with the two teams' records. The LA Rams are coming off their bye week as the Green Bay Packers come off a heartbreaking? I don't know about heartbreaking defeat, but a especially close divisional matchup against the Vikings last week. We'll see if the well-rested Rams can come into Lambeau and knock off the injury-depleted Packers. And of course, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. So, as of right now, Madden is 7-5 with its predictions. And let's see, this is at least the second time I've simulated the Rams. Third time I've done the Rams, that's right. A couple weeks ago I did the Titans versus the Rams, and Rams didn't do so well. This is only the second time I've done the Packers, I know that much. Because I did week 1 Green Bay versus New Orleans at Jacksonville, and that did not turn out well. They said Green Bay was going to win. That did not happen. It was the other way around. And as a Packer backer, I'm trying to avoid, doing Packer games because I don't want to seem biased. I mean, I could have been just doing Packer games all year long for Game of the Week, but that's not who I am. That's not what I want to do. You know what I mean? There's other games. There's plenty of other games, and who knows how Madden would be doing if I just did one team. Oh, and that's the thing now. Well, no, Woods, you shouldn't be out there, Woods. Whatever. Woods, I'm pretty sure he tore his ACL. He's done, but I can't guarantee all these updates, you know what I mean? I bet you, they have Rashawn Gary out there, not sure if he's going to be fully healthy. But it is what it is. It's just a simulation anyways, But yeah, the Rams, they're going all or nothing, and ever since they tweeted that out, they've lost back-to-back games. And because they've had a couple of surprise losses, kind of, sort of, in my opinion. And Matthew Stafford has looked like the quarterback of days of Detroit. Like, nothing against Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is a pretty good quarterback. Unfortunately, he was playing for the Lions. And under the Lions coaching staff, he did not exceed wins.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
So I mean the Packers, man, I can't say. Oh no, Stafford was there. This is Stafford's first year now. So most of these Packers have played against Matthew Stafford, so they've seen what he can and cannot do. And I mean, as a Pack fan, we all know how good. I mean, Stafford has been the longest tenured quarterback outside of Aaron Rodgers in the NFC North, and so he's had a lot of success against the Packers, especially when he had Megatron, Calvin Johnson.
I think when they look at their offense,
But I mean now, the Rams are coming off their bye. I mean let's take a look at the Rams real quick, who they've had and who they played and so on and so forth. But I mean, they traded for Von Miller. They signed Odell Beckham Jr. as you can see off free agency.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line. Running left is Henderson.
Oh,
an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he's
that's the one thing the Packers really haven't done so far this year, though. And I'll get to that in a little bit. Is give off those big runs. Maybe off a catch. Oh man, this is another reason why I don't really simulate the Packers. It's like, man, that wouldn't happen. I'm very critical.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Stafford.
No.
Open man right side is Cup complete.
Okay, let's see if I can find the Rams. Because the Rams are 7-3, Packers are 8-3. Because the Packers have a bye week next week, and they really need it, especially if Aaron Rodgers with his toe injury, whatever his toe injury is. And believe me, I know it's that I can believe. Green Bay's red zone defense isn't that good. But yeah, that's the one thing with toe injuries. It doesn't seem like it, but you got your toes, yeah. But if something's nagging, you can't put any pressure. You're putting all your weight on that, or half of your weight on one foot, and that toe, whatever toe it may be, can't handle it. So the Rams got off to a good start, 3-0, until they had to face the Cardinals, which they convincingly lost for their first loss of the season. But they bounced back, took out the Seahawks, Giants, Lions, Texans. Almost blew that game against Texans, kind of, sort of, because I think they pulled some starters. But then that's when things have spun out. They've lost their last two games to make them go 7-3 just before they had their bye. So they lost against the Titans on Sunday night, and they lost against the 49ers on Monday night. And so they're hoping to bounce back, recuperate, and hopefully beat the Packers. Which, I hope not. But it's somewhat doesn't matter. I mean, this game kind of has playoff implications. It does and doesn't. Okay. Rams win. They stay a half game behind the Cardinals. Okay. Do it that way. There we go. Because with the loss at Arizona, and Arizona only with 2 losses, that puts them a half game back. Or a game back. I want to say half game. Because of all the bye week fun stuff. Whew. And I mean, if the Rams could win out, they'll beat the Cardinals again, or they'll beat the Cardinals second time round. This time in Arizona. Oh, that's right. That was in LA. And so, if for some reason the Rams take over first place in the West and Green Bay still stays first place in the North, I mean, the Rams would win this game. That would give them, better seeding, obviously.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones.
What? Oh, well.
First down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Aaron Jones in a sprain MCL, and he's supposed to be out 1 to 2 weeks. So that's the one thing. Like I said, I don't take those injuries. I mean, it's Madden. Oh, I'm running with it.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here.
Like one day I should just stream myself watching a Packer game. That'd be an interesting thing. But okay, let's get focused a little bit. Let's get a little focused. Oh man.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones.
I mean, having Jones back would be awesome, but
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is
wow, I didn't realize that.
And make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
I didn't realize the Titans already waived Adrian Peterson. They signed him. They sign him. Next thing you know, 3 weeks later, boom, he's waived. That's what I've been noticing a lot. Oh, jeez, what was that? I know. No.
So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective.
I'm going to be super critical about this, but
how did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
I'll try and keep my non-biased opinion, which is, super biased, to a minimum. But like I was saying before, I've noticed a lot, especially when I can't, at least with the Packers and so forth, but a lot of players getting picked up, signed, and then being waived like 2-3 weeks later. And like Packers have done that a lot. Like, okay, when Aaron Rodgers had COVID, and they go and sign Blake Bortles to the practice squad because they had signed him in the offseason because Rodgers is being I don't know how to describe it, but Rodgers being Rodgers, and just wanted to relax and refocus his mental health and say, I'm not getting the vaccine because
On first and 10, Stafford.
I want. Oh, he's hurt. Anywho, and so on and so forth. But speaking of Aaron Rodgers, his toe injury. Apparently, Howard Stern's not letting up on Aaron Rodgers. As apparently, when Rodgers got his he contracted COVID and missed a week, and like he lied by saying he was immunized. I was certain, and everyone has their opinion in the media. Rip them the Rodgers. You lied to us. Blah blah. Kick him out. Blackball him. Blah blah this. Blah blah that. And now we found out that Rodgers talked to his buddy Joe Rogan, who he got COVID, and he took the horse dewormer and all that fun jazz, and then Aaron Rodgers has a toe injury, or a nagging toe injury. Howard Stern's like, well, did he actually go see a doctor on his toe, or did he call his buddy Joe Rogan to check it out? And I found that hilarious.
Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Second and 5.
But yeah, maybe it's a good thing I'm doing this and the Packers are sucking. Get my not hopes up, but that's one thing that happened last week. They were emphasizing, but yet due to being banged up and losing and all the injuries, Packers really need the bye week. But I mean, the last 3 weeks they emphasized how the Packers defense held. Kyle Murray, Patrick Mahomes, And Russell Wilson to only 34 points. And they didn't allow, they shut out the Chiefs and Seahawks in a combined 6 quarters.
Stafford. Oh, he's going to go for it all.
Oh, whatever.
He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdown passes in this first quarter. And the Rams have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
I mean, if the Packers make the playoffs and they're playing a championship game, I'm going to have to simulate that one.
Both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, the
and then, like I was just saying,
behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold
like
in there.
the Packers defense, you know, they've been injury. I mean, they haven't had their pass rushers like Rashawn Gary. His arm got bent backwards 2 weeks ago, and I don't know.
So the drive there took 6 plays.
Let's see.
Winds up with a touchdown for Los
See this.
Angeles.
NFL makes changes to Sunday's night matchup in Week 13 and flexes 2 games to Saturday in Week 15. And if I'm not mistaken, Week 15. This should tell me the weeks at Week 15. Okay, it's the week before Christmas. Because Week 16 is Christmas weekend. Week 17 is the first one in January. Week 18 is the second. Oh man, 2 January regular season games. That just feels weird. Anyways, let's take a look at this. So, let's see. So, okay, has filled the blanks for their previous schedule, Week 15 Saturday doubleheader, by moving the Raiders at Browns and Patriots at Colts from Sunday. And that's going to be very interesting. The Browns are going to have a full week, like a regular week then, because they play the Packers the following Saturday on Christmas at Lambeau. Which, depending on what the other games are, I might see what the Christmas games are. I might simulate those. And then they also moved. Vegas will be at Cleveland at 4:30 on December 18th. Okay.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers.
Whoa! See, just like that, back to back. Okay, so that game's gonna be the late game on that Saturday, followed by New England at Indy at 8:20 Eastern. Both games will be on the NFL Network. While the league also made a change to Week 13, flexing 49ers at Seahawks out of Sunday night and replacing them with Broncos Chiefs, which makes it unfortunately, the 49ers on the rise. Let's see, if we're on the rise. Seattle is on the downfall, and that AFC West. I mean, you got Broncos, Chiefs. Yeah, that could be a good one. But yet by then the Broncos might be some more.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's in.
And what else have they done here? Oh, no, those are just other games that reflects. Well, yeah, the schedule makes frequency places. On Christmas Day, we also have Saturday game with Browns at Packers, followed by Colts and Cardinals. Ooh, Colts and Cardinals might be a good one, especially how Wisconsin's own former Wisconsin running back Jonathan Taylor is running wild in the NFL this year. And
those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football.
No, there's no big surprise there.
They're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
So big third down, playing time. Rodgers is gonna, and they're gonna fall short. What the heck? I don't know. No, are they gonna send Crosby out there? Don't get me started on Mason Crosby and that whole field goal situation. No, they're gonna go for it on 4th down. I kind of like it, but I don't. But it's just a game. Oh, jeez. Look at that. But I'm not too picky here. It's just a video game.
Where they were on the field, kind of no man's land. Do you like the call?
I love the call. Almost had to go for it there, right? Because of what you just described. Too far for the field goal.
And I think, is that Elliott Jenkins they have out there? There's no way he'd be out there because he tore his ACL. Man, that hurts. That hurts for the Packers. And they have Bakhtiari out there already? Yeah, they have Bakhtiari out there. And he's not... He probably will miss one more week. But like I said before about David Bakhtiari, as long as Bakhtiari is healthy and ready to go by playoff time, I'll be happy. It just sucks that we lose Elliott Jenkins because he was like the Swiss Army knife for that offensive line. He could snap the ball. He could play right or left tackle or right and left guard. You just plug him in and he boom fits. And him going down with a torn ACL just stinks. And it is what it is, unfortunately. Wow. See, unfortunately, I don't think Aaron Jones is going to be playing this Sunday. But I'm hoping AJ Dillon has a I don't want to say a breakout game, has a game.
And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that.
Ooh, he just bull rushed him. So what we got here? First and goal at the 6.
You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, it's Rodgers.
And he's going to get... No, I thought he was going to get sacked. And yeah, now the Rams, they have Aaron Donald. They have Von Miller, but I mean, Von Miller is older now. I don't know how youthful he is.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. Here's Rodgers.
Oh, Daphne?
5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's third and goal.
I forget who that guy was. They're still playing a handful of guys like, who's that guy? Who's this? Just because of all the injuries, like they don't have a fullback anymore, and this and that. It's like, oh.
Maybe not counted on to be that inline point of attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But
toss to Dillon. That's a touchdown. Yay!
A.J. Dillon punching it in from a yard away. And the Packers have cut it
The
back.
Quadzilla and the Quadfather, those quads of his that are just massive.
Even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon.
And I mean, last year in the postseason, the Packers and the Rams had a good game in the divisional round. That's the last time they played each other. Unfortunately, then the Rams were beat up.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And that one makes it 14-0.
There we go. 10 plays, 72 yards, 4 minutes. But anyways, some other news going around the NFL, which doesn't make any sense. We'll do this first and the other one. This past Sunday at the Baltimore Chicago game, a chant broke out of "Fire Nagy" broke out between the fans and the crowd, and it's funny. And that the fans have been clamoring that "Fire Nagy" for months, if not last few years. Okay. And of course, you know, they haven't got what they want yet so far. And now there's been rumors and reports that after the Thanksgiving game, the Chicago travels to Detroit this Thursday to take on the Lions on Thanksgiving in a highly unanticipated matchup. And that'll be Matt Nagy's final game, and he'll be released from his duties after a win-loss, and nothing like celebrate the holidays with being fired from your job. And of course, Matt Nagy has addressed the rumors like that's not the plan, but it's like of course you're not going to say, oh yeah, I've done so well this net, and I should be fired. But like I was just hearing from someone like, what's the point? What's the point of firing Nagy now? Okay, yes, they've lost. I think they said 5 straight. The Lions are still winless, even though they got a tie a few weeks ago. Can the Lions? I mean, yes, I suppose it's possible. If the Lions get their first win of the season this Thursday on Thanksgiving, I mean, they'll be super thankful. Super thankful. But what's the point of firing Nagy now? I mean, they've done several QB changes because they started off with Andy Dalton. He got hurt. Justin Fields came in, showed some signs of light. Oh, come on.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It all came together there.
And then
drove it with excellent pace.
Now Fields got hurt again, so you had to put in Dalton again. And trying to think what else. Your running backs have been all beat up, banged up, and your defense. You lost Cleo Magno for the season. So I mean, should injuries is one thing play a part in a coach's status of keeping their job? I mean, in some forms I say yes, because that's part of the job. Oh, you got injuries, well, go replace them. And your backups, your system should be good enough where, okay, the next man up should be able to fit right in. Isn't that the whole point?
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that's caught left side. It's Woods.
Whatever. That's going to be the last play of the quarter, it looks like. But, it's like similar situation in San Francisco, but San Francisco is bouncing back a little bit. Where, Kyle Shanahan, he does not have the best record either. He's had injury-riddled and prone seasons, but no one's saying, hey, fire Kyle Shanahan. Fire Kyle Shanahan. But speaking about being fired, the New York Giants. Let's see, is this the one? New York Giants just fired their offensive coordinator, Jason Garrett, after Monday night's loss. And so that'll be. What's Jason Garrett going to do now? See, look. And, I mean, I don't know. Not like he was the best coach in Dallas, but he was very tenured. I don't know, he might have been the longest tenured coach in Dallas since Tom Landry? I have to look that up.
Throwing is Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Hopkins. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down.
Let's see if I can find that.
That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Let's see, Dallas Cowboys head coach.
Because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to
Landry was the first head coach for the Cowboys when they became into existence. I do believe. Hey, oh my God, they made a defensive play. But what will the Rams do on 4th down? They might do what the Packers did and go for it.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one,
and knowing my luck,
quite well for the defense.
knowing my luck, they'll go for it and they'll convert and make a big play. Oh, they're trying a field goal. Oof. That a 55-yarder. And
he missed it.
oh,
It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
it's hard to tell from here. He must have missed it to the right. He had the distance. Okay, so Packers have good field position.
The Packers offense now heading back.
See, there's only been 9 head coaches for the Dallas Cowboys.
Their efforts in the last drive when they
Tom Landry, Jimmy John, and Barry Switzer are the only ones to win Super Bowls. Current head coach is Mike McCarthy. And that's the funny thing with Jason Garrett in Dallas. His contract expired, and he wasn't re-signed and so forth. He's one of the few coaches that contract expired, and they moved on from him. Usually they're usually fired or they quit, resign, whatever.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Let's see. So obviously, you had Tom Landry, 29 years, 1960 to 88, because once Jerry Jones took over, like, get fired. And Jimmy Johnson was only there for 5 seasons. Just imagine. And if you didn't get on Jerry Jones' bad side, Switzer was only there for 4. And then here comes the carousel, because I mean, between those 9 seasons, they won 3 Super Bowls. One more than Tom Landry did, but Tom Landry also went to a handful of more Super Bowls. Oh, look at that. Okay, and here we go. I don't even know who Chan Galley was. 2 seasons. Dave Campo, 3 seasons. Then Bill Parcells comes in for 4. Wade Phillips, 4, but he didn't finish his 4th season. And then Jason Garrett, 10 seasons. Outside of Tom Landry, who was there for 29 seasons, Jason Garrett was the second longest tenured coach in Dallas Cowboys history. Oh my goodness. And then we are currently right now on Mike McCarthy, who I'm well aware of who he is, because he's the former Packer head coach, former Super Bowl winning head coach, and a highly successful head coach, Mike McCarthy.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him.
Oh man, I don't use hear see that, but
now Jones.
Touchdown!
Touchdown Packers. Aaron Jones, a 5-yard touchdown run, and the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running
you
the
get to
football,
that too.
vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Oof.
Extra point try now for Crosby.
Yeah, don't mess it up.
And we've got a good one brewing.
See, just like that, and it's all tied up.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones.
like I'll say again, and I'll keep saying throughout this video, I don't think Aaron Jones will play this week because they said 1 to 2 weeks. And besides, Packers have their bye week coming up. For week 13, it'll be nice relaxing week for me. Won't be as stressful. I mean, watching their game against Minnesota was a little more frustrating. Because I'll say, man, divisional games and heated rivalries, it's gut punch when you lose them in a close one. And then you get to hear the other rivalry, the other fan base like, yeah, huh? Who won? Huh? How long has it been since you beat us? It's like, nice, okay, yeah. You guys won. I don't want to play, how many NFL championships have you guys won? Oh, yeah, that's right, none. That counts. Who has a better record still? We do. Who didn't blow like 5 games? Not us. Oh, and there he goes off to the races. But I mean, I will say this, I can't stand the Vikings. I mean, I know the Packers and Bears is the oldest rivalry, and I want to feel like there's something there, but there really isn't. The Bears don't put up a fight. Lions are pathetic. They're the only 2 teams the Packers have beaten over 100 times. Minnesota's been around since the 60s. And as far as I can remember in my young life, the Vikings have been more competitive. The Vikings have been more of a thorn in the side, and they're just a more heated rivalry between the Packers. That border battle between the Packers and Vikings, because the Vikings have had success. They have made it to NFC Championship games countless times, but have come up short. And it's very heated, but in the end, the Packers have come out on top, and boom! So, and it's like, okay, what are some other heated rivalries in the NFL? I mean, you have Steelers and Ravens. That's another heated rivalry in the NFL.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Jeez.
Here's
Trying to think.
Stafford.
Oh.
They'll get this one to Cobb complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
But we'll see how this drive goes, and then we'll dive into current standings and maybe try to see if we can weed out some contenders and pretenders, and wondering like what's going on. It's like, what's going on with the Buffalo Bills? I mean, I don't follow the Bills Mafia, and like, I didn't think they have had injuries. I didn't think they've had much turnover from last year. But you gotta catch those. You gotta catch those. But I mean, the Bills, they've been tripping over their 2 feet. The Titans, I know why they are, because they don't have their workhorse in the backfield to take all the pressure off of Tannehill. Because this is what I believe. If you have a running game, you can pass the ball, because you can do play action, you can do run pass option, and so forth, because the defense bites, because you get the safeties to bite in, like, okay, it's a run, and because it's a dual threat. If you hand the ball off, well, the running back, he's good, or the scheme is good enough where the running back could break a few tackles and find a hole and get a big run. Or when it's they fake the run and throw it, you're hoping the safeties bite, so there's no one in the middle of the field. They're deeper covering the
He's having a nice little first half here.
So on and so forth. So you leave some double thinking type stuff. And it's like the same thing with defense. Okay, if you don't have a pass rush to get pressure on the quarterback, then the corners, you know, they got to play man-to-man or zone, and if you give the quarterback enough time in the pocket, well, then he can wait. Okay, there's my open guy, boom. And you could have a stellar defensive backs, but I mean, they get tired. So in my opinion, if you don't have a running game on offense, you don't have a passing game. And if you don't have a pass rush, you don't have, the average cornerback can then thrive. But anywho, so right now, the Rams, this looks like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a shootout come Sunday. So Rams take a 21-14 lead. So here we go. Let's take a look at standings after 11 weeks of the NFL.
He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him.
So, as always, we start off in the AFC and in the East, and for the first time in a long time, the New England Patriots are in first place at 7-4, followed by Buffalo, who's 6-4. Miami, they've turned things around, 4-7, and no surprise here, the New York Jets are still 2-8. Those bottom feeders. AFC North, where every team is above 500. We have the Baltimore Ravens at 7-3, followed by Cincinnati at 6-4, followed by Pittsburgh, who's 5-4-1, and then Cleveland at 6-5. Even knowing Cleveland has more wins, Pittsburgh has one less loss. So that means some team, let's see, okay, they've played 11 games, and they've played 10, Pittsburgh's played 10, so Cleveland, they still need their bye, haven't had their bye yet. Then we go to the AFC South, where we have a race, we have some competition going on here.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Cobb.
Where we got Tennessee is 8-3. They stumbled last week against. Who did they lose to? Who did Tennessee lose? No, Tennessee won. No, I'm behind. No, Tennessee lost. Gosh. They lost to Houston. That's right. I think that was my guarantee too. And that, don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on my picks of the week. I'm about to throw those out the window.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
Houston wins week 1. Then doesn't win another game until last week. But anyways, Tennessee 8-3. Indianapolis 6-5. They're using Jonathan Taylor the way he's meant to be, and he's a beast. And you have Houston now 2-8, and Jacksonville at 2-8. So I'm not doing too bad getting those guys. And then we go out to the AFC West, where no one has a losing record. So that's 2 divisions where no one has a losing record. Kansas City back on top after winning 4 straight. They are 7-4, so they were 3-4 at one point. Losing record, and they've won 4 straight.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones.
Oof. 7-4, followed by LA Chargers. They're 6-4, and then you got Las Vegas. They're 5-5, and Denver is 5-5.
description because diagnosed is perfect on that one.
Oh, so
Made the play, and he couldn't even get going.
you only have 1, 2, 3, 4 teams in the AFC, which leaves you with 12 with non-losing records. Let's put it that way, non-losing records.
They've hit 2 for 4 thus far.
Oh, I see.
Working from the gun, Rodgers.
Oh, just like that.
An open man, it's Valdez-Scantling.
And then we move on to the NFC. In the East, we got. Oh, and I.
Time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree. One thing they did learn,
In the East,
find open areas, find soft
we got
spots,
Dallas
and set up the
at
gap.
7-3.
Just saw that there.
They've been on a little hiccup. Followed by Philly, 5-6. They're making a strike comeback. Followed by Washington, who's 4-6, and the New York Giants, who are 3-7. Still at the bottom. Okay, Green Bay can still get a first down at the 1. And in the North, we have Green Bay at 8-3, Minnesota at 5-5. They're pushing. Chicago 3-7, and Detroit 0-9-1. And was it Chicago's lost 5 in a row? So they were 3-2 at one point.
Throwing is Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's
Yeah, he could have just ran with it.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this
NFC South.
safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Very competitive right now, in my opinion. You have Tampa Bay at 7-3, New Orleans 5-5, Carolina 5-6, and Atlanta 4-6. I mean, they're all alive still, in my opinion. Realistically, I wouldn't say so though. Woo! And then out west, we have Arizona. It's kind of turned. It's slightly turning into a 3-team race now. Arizona 9-2. They haven't wrapped the division up because you have still the Rams on their tippy toes. Are 7-3. San Francisco 5-5. They have bounced back, winning 2 in a row. But then you have Seattle 3-7.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch.
And we're having a shootout going out here.
So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score.
What is going on here? Yeah, there I guess. Let's try this again. Let's take a look at playoff standings then. Playoffs. There we go. Okay, so if the playoffs were today, this is what it looks like. In the AFC, you have Tennessee still has that number 1 seed, but they're losing ground on that. So they would be the number 1 seed and have the only bye, followed by Baltimore, New England, and Kansas City would be the other 3 division winners, or leaders at the moment. And then you would have Cincinnati, LA Chargers, and Buffalo would be in the playoffs if the playoffs were held today. While Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Las Vegas, and Denver would be on the outside looking in. So the AFC's playoff race is just still wide open, with 12 teams with non-losing records fighting for fighting for 3 spots, in my opinion. And, well, they're fighting for all 7 spots because, each division has 2 teams at least fighting for the number 1 seed, or number 1 spot, or division lead. Because you got Buffalo, New England. You got Baltimore and Cincinnati. You have Kansas City and Los Angeles. And even Indianapolis. Indianapolis is just 2 games behind Tennessee. And they're on the outside of the playoff picture looking in.
hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways.
Oh, then on the NFC side, you have Arizona's 9-2. Green Bay's 8-3. Tampa Bay and Dallas will be your other two division leaders at the moment.
Stafford throwing the out route incomplete. That's Woods. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
And then you have LA. The Rams are going to have the 5th seed no matter what for a few more weeks. But then you have Minnesota and New Orleans at 5-5 apiece, getting those other two wildcard spots, while the 49ers, who are 5-5, are on the outside looking in. And why are they? Oh, conference percentage and strength of victories. Okay.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after
and yeah, that's right. The Packers. No. Okay. Packers have now lost to a conference opponent, has lost to a divisional opponent, and has lost to a AFC opponent. Okay.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll fake the game.
Oh, get him, you! I would love to see Rashawn Gary return this Sunday, but we'll see. And then the rest of the NFC is have a losing record. It's going to be interesting to see down the stretch how the AFC pans out, and if the NFC just stays the way it is. So, oh no, we're going to go to a 2-minute warning, so it's going to be a big 3rd down here.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Yeah, listen to that chant.
Ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back and forth first half that we've seen. It's caught. Beckham.
That just
Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They don't get the pressure, and then they just let the receiver get open.
Up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound.
And if Green Bay's defense wants to rebound from last week's loss, the DBs need to make some plays and cover their guys. Because there was lots of times in that game against Minnesota where the DBs just got lost in translation.
Now a first down throw.
Oh! That's a first half highlight. Wow. I would love to see that happen come Sunday, but I highly doubt.
That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Jumps the route, but you see, that is something I call a Madden play, where you only see that in Madden. Because it looked like if someone was actually playing the game, just tap and catch, and the player just jumps it. It's like, I don't think he would get that burst of energy. Now Green Bay for the lead.
And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
Well, let's see if the Rams can answer back with a minute and a half and 3 timeouts just before halftime. Let's see. We'll talk some Thanksgiving in a little bit after halftime. See how the rest of this. See how this.
good return as he'll be stopped just shy
See
of
how
the 30-yard line.
rest of this game or rest of this half pans out.
And now let's look at the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, in our player spotlight.
Go a half, go use the bathroom, take a little break, breather, come back, and then let's talk about some Thanksgiving food. Because let's be honest, when it comes to Thanksgiving, there's a tradition of football, and the biggest question of them all, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Like I said,
I might be thinking I need 4 and 5, maybe 6.
1, 2, 3. Minute 23 left in the first half.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position and throwing that pick 6.
Oh, look at that time, but the bull rush is coming from behind. Oh, comes back to get it. Now, Odell Beckham isn't that threat like he used to be. But he's still a threat in my mind. And the great debate. Oh, the Packers should have pushed harder to get him. Like, that's okay. I'm not concerned the Packers didn't get him. He's least of our worries. I mean, we're fine at wide receivers, especially once they get healthy. I mean, MVS last week, oh my goodness, that 75-yard catch and run. Just a thing of beauty. Oh, stay in bounds. I won't go at halftime.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
But I mean, Adams has been relatively healthy all year. I think Cobb has been healthy relatively all year. I mean, Lazard, he's been banged up. He missed last week. MVS has been banged up. He's missed several games. So then we've had St. Brown step up, where it looked like he was going to lose his job, but he got brought back. And then what I see, who signed? Okay, Devin Funches. Someone just signed him to their practice squad. The 49ers. 49ers just signed Devin Funches to their practice squad. The Packers cut him after he got hurt in preseason. Look at all that. Oh. And they're going to use another timeout, which is not surprising. So they have one timeout left with 45 seconds? Yeah, 45. Gotta get some more water too. Gotta stay hydrated. Especially sitting here doing nothing but yapping my gums.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Stafford.
Oh, wide open, keep him in bounds. They gotta hurry up now. They gotta hurry up.
2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
That clock's ticking away.
Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd and 2. To the air again, Stafford.
No, broken up. 14 seconds.
The clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well.
You guys were here. Like, why would they show? Well, I mean, Henderson could be sitting on the bench, but I highly doubt it. Yeah, Campbell has come on strong for the Packers on.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Well, Stafford.
And they'll use their last time out. But the question is, okay, do they try one more pass play? Or is Mann's going to say, hey, let's kick a field goal? And pull within 4. I would not be surprised if they say, hey, we'll go for a pass play. Or, not pass play, yeah. And it's good.
Gay's kick is good.
So we got 6 seconds though then. So let's kick off in Green Bay. We'll see what Green Bay does.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Then if you're just going to kick a field goal, I'd let time run down a little further, then call that timeout. It's just like last week. Green Bay's defense couldn't stop Minnesota, and they marched on the field. They only had a few timeouts. And instead of like, timeout, wasting their, I don't know if it was poor clock management, the game was tied. I mean, you could easily have gone to overtime. Let's see, what does Green Bay do? They're just going to take it in. Okay. I'll be back.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Well, the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3, and they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half.
Oh, I missed the. Oh, I missed the kickoff though. Nothing new there. Didn't miss much, but Green Bay gets the ball first. Let's watch this. See how Green Bay, if they can extend their lead, to start the second half.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Start with Jones. See, now when you have a lead, you can run the ball because you can kill the clock.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move.
So we'll watch this opening possession by Green Bay, see if they can extend their lead, and then we'll dive into, jerky talk.
They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Ooh, he's looking for that screen, and it backfired. It backfired. They read it like a book.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass.
That's when you just throw it at the feet of the receiver so you don't lose yards.
Making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
And just like that, 3 and out.
The ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get
And
off
just
the
like
field.
that, Rams get the ball. Unless you got a muff punt here coming up.
As he'll punt it away for
Or
the
they
second
fake it.
time.
Ooh.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here.
Okay, so
First and 10. Now,
obviously
take a glance at the offense
24
as
for
they work their way
32.
back out for their
Jeez.
first possession of the second
So
half.
we all know this
And
Thursday
last time
is
they were in
Thanksgiving
It's not what
here
they
in
wanted.
the
They wanted
States.
6, but they got at least something. They
And
mustered something
for
out of the
years,
They'll take it. Just
um,
like the way you've described
one of
it.
the
Not ideal,
traditions
but they'll
is
take it. Anything to
Thanksgiving
put some points
football.
on the board. But this
It's one of
time
the
on
few
offense,
holidays
they're gonna
that
see the field goal kicker trot on
the
field.
NFL
They
always
want
plays
that
on.
ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
So I mean, in the other three sports, you don't have baseball on Thanksgiving. Yeah, you might have
That was a nice job defensively
hockey
disguising their
and
coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback
basketball
to lock in on the receiver.
on Thanksgiving.
And it
I think you
resulted in
typically
incomplete
do.
pass.
I think there's hockey
Once again, they'll come up on the
tomorrow.
26-yard line, second
I'll
and
double
10.
check. I mean, the NHL is one of those.
Now a handoff. Henderson.
Did they get the
Good
play
footwork
on?
at the 30. 78
No, it
yards
started
for him
at.
on
I
the
think it
ground
started
now as he has been terrific here this
after
afternoon.
Canadian Thanksgiving.
And there's a run to be happy with.
Do
Good,
do
solid yardage. He'll
do
take that
do
anytime he hand the ball to a
do.
back.
NHL. Nope, they don't have. The NHL does not play on Thanksgiving this year. Now I don't know if that's
Secondary here to try for the third down stop.
and neither does the NBA. So it's just all football, baby.
Wide open receiver
But like,
complete.
I know they play on Christmas. The NBA and the NHL play on Christmas. I'm pretty sure NHL plays on Christmas. Well, I know the NBA does. That's like their big day is Christmas Day. Because not everyone celebrates Christmas. Not everyone's a Christian. And unlike Thanksgiving, where it's it's a national holiday, it's not really religious denominations, but yet there is religion behind it. Unlike Christmas. But let's just backtrack just a little bit where we get back to football on Thanksgiving. We get to the same old debate. Should the Detroit Lions be allowed to play on Thanksgiving year in and year out? And it's like, who cares now? Who really cares? Yes, we know the Lions have been a horrible team for decades. Let's be honest. They've had some bursts of light, but hey, that coach that they had bursts of light, they fired him.
Again, it's Henderson. And he's dropped
Third down.
just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
Detroit has played on Thanksgiving since the 50s. Even I think way before then. And for like, I don't know, 12 years straight. Let's take a look. Let's see. Let's try this one. Detroit Lions. Thanks. Thanksgiving? Or no, that's not going to give me anything. Let's do NFL. Thanks. NFL on Thanksgiving Day. Okay, NFL Thanksgiving Day games have traditionally included one game hosted by Detroit since 1934, and one game hosted by Dallas since '66. Oh, and Stafford has been intercepted again. And could he? Yeah, oh, he's gone. 2 pick sixes. Man. Since 2 exceptions, 75 and 77. Since 2006, though, the NFL has added a 3rd game to Thanksgiving, a prime time game. So that's where I lean towards. Let Detroit play on Thanksgiving. Let Dallas play on Thanksgiving. you have that third game now for prime time. So,
he's been a busy man. 5 now as he knocks another one through. So the defense creating some points, not only getting
so I mean,
but then returning it to the
Lions have been playing on Thanksgiving since '34, and the Lions have been around since 30. How long have the Lions been around? 30s, yeah. They were founded in 1930 and they relocated to Detroit in '34. So, I mean, it's been almost, well, it's almost been a 90-year tradition for the Lions to play on Thanksgiving. And like I said before, they've, let's see if I can find it.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Yeah. I mean, for many years, the Packers and Lions would play each other on Thanksgiving. That was their traditional game, was Packers Lions. And yeah, here, 1962, the Lions handed the 10-0 Green Bay Packers their lone defeat that season. The game that was dubbed the Thanksgiving Massacre, due to the dominant performance by the Lions defense, who sacked Bart Starr 11 times.
Coming off his pick 6. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
No, I'm not sure that. Oh, that.
And with that last play, he's now over that 300-yard mark.
Get to that in a minute, I guess. But, like, okay, so I can't find that at the moment.
To me, 300 yards still signifies
let's see if actually I can find it.
That in this performance.
Home team controversy.
Took just one play to move all
Let's see. This should tell me. Just gotta do the counting. So, 1951.
Give for Henderson running to the right.
It looks like that's the first time the Packers and Lions played each other on Thanksgiving. So 51 to 9. And it lasts till 63. 63 was the last time the Packers and Lions did not. So for 13, 14 years, the Packers and Lions played on Thanksgiving. And in recent years, like especially in the mid 2000s, Packers and Lions, like every other year, they played each other on Thanksgiving because they had that rotation of, well, Lions have to play an AFC team, then they have to play an AFC team, back and forth, and so forth. I don't know how many times Detroit has hosted Minnesota on Thanksgiving, because it's typically been Green Bay or Chicago in recent years. But anyways, let's do this. Let's look at some other memorable moments on Thanksgiving. Besides, like I said, they had 62, Detroit, and Green Bay, their only loss that season. Green Bay went on to win the NFL championship game against the New York Giants that year. And I think that was Lombardi's second championship. Yes, because they won 61, 62, missed 63 and 64. They won 65, 66, and 67. Ooh. That's taken in by Henderson. And they go backwards here, losing yards back at the 48-yard line. So I'll say yes. Just give Detroit Thanksgiving. That's about the only game they can look forward to, try to win. That's their Super Bowl, more or less. They win on Thanksgiving, they can be thankful. But it's a great debate of, should the NFL revoke the Lions? But then who do you replace? Who do you put in that mantle to some extent? You know what I mean? Who do you replace and put in there? And then if they start sucking, it's like, well, or do you permanently give someone that spot, and you constantly, or do you constantly rotate? It's like, here we go, schedule makers, just like how, like, oh, whenever Christmas lands on the weekend, you put highly anticipated matchups on those games, on those days. So, anyways, let's take a look at some other memorable moments on Thanksgiving Day. Let's see, in 1952, the Dallas Texans are forced to move their lone remaining home game to the Rubber Bowl in Akron, Ohio, as undercard the high school football contest. Their opponents for the game, Chicago Bears, underestimated the winless Texans and sent their second-string team to the game. Texans scored 27-23 upset over the Bears for their only win of their existence. I'm sure Papa Bear, George Halas was not happy that day. What's this? Okay, no. Here we go. In 1976, the Bills offense put forth one of the best and worst performances in Thanksgiving history. O.J. Simpson set an NFL record for most rushing yards in a single game with 273. However, Bills backup quarterback Gary Margarine
From the 16, Rodgers.
Oh, whatever. Completed only 4 of 21 pass attempts for 29 yards and a rating of 19.7. The Lions defeat the Bills 27-14. So you had O.J. Simpson setting an NFL record that day of most rushing yards in a single game, while their quarterback was crappy. Let's see, what's this one? In 1980, the Lions and Bears tied 17-0 at the end of regulation. The game went to overtime, the first Thanksgiving game to do so. Overtime was not added to the NFL regular season until 1974, though. So it's something that we all kind of know. Okay.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
The first overtime game at the Silverdome, Bears running back Dave Williams returns the fifth quarter opening kickoff 95 yards for a game-winning touchdown, ending the shortest overtime period in NFL history. At the time, 13 seconds. Can you imagine that? You tie the game, you go into overtime, opening kickoff, boom. Just like that, it's over.
Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do
I can't remember that one. In 86, the Lions and Packers had the second highest scoring game in Thanksgiving history. Highest scoring game came in 51. It was the best day of receiver Walter Stanley's career. Stanley netted 207 all-purpose yards and 3 touchdowns, including an 83-yard punt return to win the game for the Green Bay 44-40. Stanley and otherwise undistinguished career in NFL. And that's the other thing. You have these. It's Thanksgiving, so okay, you have a stellar performance. People will remember you for that one day. So the Rams go 3-0 after that interception.
When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So then they'll be down 8. Yeah. So Green Bay still has an 8-point lead. Oh, then you have in '89 you have the Bounty Bowl where the Eagles crushed the Cowboys 27-0, and you had it's Ryan. What was his first name? It wasn't Buddy Ryan, right? I think it was Buddy. Yeah, and then, but here we go. The one that is one of the most memorable Thanksgiving moments in NFL history for all the wrong reasons. In 1993, Cowboys, Dolphins. Cowboys leading Dolphins 14-13. Seconds. Also, rare snowstorm hits Dallas. So and they're playing at Texas Stadium where it has a giant hole in the ceiling. So it's one of those rare instances where you had weather affect the game in Dallas, and there's snow all over the field.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking left side,
and you got Cowboys leading the Dolphins with just seconds remaining in a rare snow-filled Texas Stadium. Miami's Pete Stojankovic attempts a game-winning 40-yard field goal attempt, but was blocked by Dallas. All they had to do is leave the ball alone. But here comes Leon Lett. And for some reason, however, the ball landed and began spinning on its tip. And the Cowboys lineman Leon Lett tried to gain possession. Lett slipped and fell and knocked the ball forward. But by rule, the ball cannot be advanced. By rule, the ball was live, and Dolphins fell on it at the 2-yard line with a recovery. And again, then the Dolphins attempt another game-winning field goal and won. And it's like Leon Lett will be remembered for 2 plays because of his blunders, but only one cost them the game. That one that happened on Thanksgiving, and the second one is in the Super Bowl. He recovers a fumble, and here comes Don Beebe from Buffalo. Leon Lett, he lowers the ball down and gets a little cocky, and Don Beebe comes out of nowhere and knocks the ball and touchback. But Cowboys went to win that game. Well, apparently the following year, speaking of Jason Garrett, he got to start over Troy Aikman because Aikman got hurt and somehow pulled up a victory over the Packers 42-31 against Brett Favre in a shootout. Big controversy in 98. Steelers and Lions went to overtime 16-16. Jerome Bettis called the coin toss in the air, but head ref Phil Luckett awarded the Detroit Lions the ball after Bettis tried to call both heads and tails at the same time. Lions went on to kick a game-winning field goal.
Rodgers gonna throw.
Ooh. Looks like that toe isn't hurting Rodgers one bit. Not one bit. But also, on that day, you had Randy Moss, a rookie for the Vikings. What was it? Yeah, he had 3 catches all game, all over 50 yards. And I think he had 3 touchdowns. I think it was only 3. Oh, let's see. Yeah, the infamous butt fumble. And that's the last thing they had on here. Let's see if I can find that. That's good. If it gives me... Oh, that's not what I want.
Misstep on that last play because
the
drive has been strong,
this is what
but
I
now
want.
it's 2nd and 12. Here's Rodgers.
MVS.
Quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's
Let's
able to
see. I don't think that's going to give me what I want.
he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't
Let's
he?
take me back to where I want.
Part about that play for him,
No.
I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz
Let's
was
see if I
coming
can find it.
and went to a secondary
Ooh.
target for a really nice game.
Looking end zone, but it's It's
Oh, now it's the other tradition. John Manuel always hand out those turkey legs.
Once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure.
Come on.
That's going to lead to a fourth down. Well played.
Oh no, Crosby has to have a field goal attempt. It's short though. Laces out, kick is up, and it's good.
And Crosby puts it through.
Yeah, don't have no issues on the video game.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking
Okay, here, yeah.
Maneuver yourself into range. That way
Cunningham and Moss led a wild 46-36 win at Dallas as Moss just caught just 3 passes for 163 yards and 3 touchdowns. Just crazy.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties.
Okay, we're nearing the end of the third, and Green Bay has a 11-point lead once again. And I mean, let's see, what am I thankful for? Everything. I guess, I don't know.
For its next possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Ooh, I mean, they could still run the ball, I guess. But being down by 11, if they get a touchdown, they more or less would have to go for 2 to be within a field goal.
Just a 3-yard gain there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second down and 7.
Well, we'll get to my picks of the week in a little bit. See how the Rams do on this possession.
The hands of the tight end Higbee. That catch good for 5. It's third down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks. Like
big third down. Oh, he's got it. Should be heading to the fourth now with that. Just down by 11.
Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Come on, Roger, shouldn't you be wearing a mask on the sideline? Oh, they're actually going to get this off in time? Nope. I don't even know why they even bother. So here we go, heading to the fourth in a thriller.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I will say, in years past, when watching the Packers, I've been very, very stressful. Because, I've been like, hey, the Packers, please win. Type stuff. And like, oh my God, I can't handle this. But this year I've been very, very more calm and relaxed.
So from the 39
it's like more of the laid-back tones, like, well, whatever happens, happens. I'm still going to get in those, anxiety still going to be high in close games. I know it was on Sunday this past week, watching them take on the Vikings, but it's like, wow, they just tied it, they just took the lead, they just did this, did that, it's like, whew. But it's like, there's not much you can do. Ooh, we got back in time.
Throwing is Stafford. Looking sideline, incomplete.
So it's this big third down, 3rd and 3.
As he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Stafford.
Plenty of time. Oh, incomplete. Now, the question is, do they go for it this early?
Because he couldn't find anyone on third down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Goal, Pac, goal. 4th and 3 at their own 45. I mean, if they go for it and don't convert, then they give Green Bay short field position. But no, they're going for it.
Going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time for Stafford.
Oh, and he got it. They connect.
Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now it's Stafford.
Oh, he's going to get it.
Oh, this one incomplete.
How did that ball get out of his hand?
And it's 2nd down.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in the
And that pass, well, Green Bay's never really had that pass rush lately.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford.
Woods, well, the guy who's on IR.
They get 6.
Season-ending IR.
With 3rd and 4.
Another big 3rd down play.
Again, it's Stafford.
Ooh, plenty of time. It's his receiver.
Looking for Woods again, and he finds him. And he is going to
Now we'll see how this drive ends, and then we'll get to my picks. Do my picks and how horribly I've been doing lately. Because the teams I'm picking, they were doing great, and all of a sudden, I mean, okay, yes, it doesn't help when I pick the Packers every single week, but that's how much faith I have in them. I mean, wouldn't have been like, but anyways. Oh, run up the middle. I think I'm still going to take another quick bathroom break to see after this possession. Then we'll dive into the picks and hopefully get some winners, get back on the winning way. Still have a winning record as far as I'm aware, but it's getting close to more 50-50 than 60-30.
On 2nd and a yard, Stafford.
Got his receiver, and ooh.
That's complete. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and
And I'm sure the Rams will go for 2 if they get a touchdown.
From here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all.
Oh, come on. The guy's wide open. Cup's wide open. Oh, knocked down. I wasn't expecting that. Stafford has attempted 51 passes.
I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. Stafford.
Oh, he didn't hang on to it.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
I didn't think I thought Beckham had that. Here we go, big 3rd down.
But This is a big play.
Like they said before, they can sell for a field goal, but then they still need a touchdown. Wow.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Go for it on 3rd and goal? I don't know. No, they're settling for a field goal attempt. It's good to be right back.
Gay's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. On the return, it's Taylor. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Running on first down is Jones, but he's not going to get much.
That doesn't look like I missed much. Anyways, let's get to those picks.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula.
Look at the games coming up this week. We got 3 on Thanksgiving. I think we only have 2 teams have a bye this week, so that leaves us with 15 games. Oh, look at that.
This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling.
Suppose since I'm in here, I can switch that around.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football.
Okay.
Slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Right now, I am sitting at... Oh! Right now, I'm sitting at 98 and 66. I'm at 60%. Oh, dang it. Last week, I think I went 8 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 8 and 7. So, here we go. Thanksgiving, early game. Goes early, late, prime. We have Chicago at Detroit, Las Vegas at Dallas, and Buffalo at New Orleans. Who knows how that game might turn out? So, just like that, we're back. We have a game again. Oh, hand the ball off, and he goes nowhere. So early action on Sunday. We have Pittsburgh at Cincinnati, Tampa Bay at Indianapolis, Carolina at Miami, Tennessee at New England, Philadelphia at New York Giants, Atlanta at Jacksonville, and the New York Jets at Houston. Late games, we got LA Chargers at Denver, LA Rams at Green Bay, Minnesota at San Francisco, and at prime time, Sunday Night Football, Cleveland at Baltimore, and Monday Night Football, Seattle at Washington.
Again, it's Henderson, and he's going to get this one down to the
3rd and 10.
The second down play, not much better than
So,
the first, just a gain of 1 there. Not the start to the
a handful of decent games, opening games. We start off with Chicago at Detroit. This is a toughie. Okay. Detroit's been, they just find ways to lose. Just like, I think last week. Wow, how do you leave him wide open? Whatever. You know what?
Now he's got a first down here.
And that's a much
Like,
needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't
I'm
get a touchdown out this
I'm
drive.
going with the
But the way
hometown
things
team
are
in this
going,
one.
I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here.
I
We might
think
not get the
we're
ball
going to have a
back at all.
Thanksgiving
So
miracle,
if a fourth down
and
situation
Detroit
comes
Lions
up,
find a
the
way
ball
to
is
get
not
their
going
first
forward
win of the
here
season
right now.
over Chicago. But I'm not saying Chicago
So not quite a first
can't
and
win.
goal. It's first and 10 from
I'm
the
just
10.
saying, you know what? Maybe, just maybe,
Stafford now to throw.
you know, Lions fans will be thankful that, you know, they have a team.
A good
So
pickup
give me
there.
Detroit.
8 yards on the first down completion.
Vegas, Dallas, Big D. Give me them boys. I think them boys bounce back. They put the Raiders into submission and they win on Thanksgiving. Buffalo at New Orleans. You're in the dome.
Here's
Buffalo,
second and 2 now from the 3.
I mean, they don't have to try and stop Jonathan Taylor.
On the
Oh,
handoff,
jeez, he just
Henderson.
walks right in.
And he's gonna take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Now they're 2 points away from tying it.
Henderson,
But anyways,
3-yard touchdown.
they don't have to worry about Jonathan Taylor
The Rams have
this
a
week.
chance to
But
tie things up
they
as
do
they
have
trail
Alvin
by
Kamara.
2
I think he's
in the
healthy.
fourth.
I don't know.
So
But I think,
part one of what they needed is done. They get in the
I don't
end
know.
zone. Now you have to
I
imagine
want to
we'll
believe in the
see Detroit
Bills.
for 2.
And that's what the book says.
And I'm
but
going to go with the
defensively,
Bills.
they can't hang their head right
But
here. They still
I would
have a
not be
chance to come out
surprised
with
if
the
the
lead
Saints
if
find
they
a way
make
to
a
win.
play.
So those are my 3 picks for Thanksgiving. Sunday night.
Here we go now.
Well,
as
let's see
we
this
get
2-point
set for a
conversion
big
attempt.
2-point conversion.
They was going to hand the ball off.
Stafford's gonna try and throw for it.
Wide open.
And he's got it.
So there we go. Game's tied with about 7 minutes left.
We are tied in the
Run my
fourth.
luck, we'll go into
Still time to
overtime.
work with on the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got
Okay, early action on Sunday. Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. Cincinnati took care of Pittsburgh earlier in the season at Pittsburgh. Question is, will Cincinnati find a way to bounce back, to get back on their winning ways, and beat up the depleted Steelers? And I say yes. Cincinnati is going to take the season series.
as we continue in this wild fourth quarter.
Oh, he takes out of the end zone.
From his end zone, Malik Taylor. And this return
Tampa Bay at Indianapolis. You know what? Give me another upset here. I'm just pulling stuff out of nowhere.
Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading
I
back
think
onto the field.
Jonathan Taylor
And it was
is not
his
done yet,
interception on the
and he's
last
going to be
drive.
running wild all over that Tampa Bay defense, either on the ground or catching the ball in the air. So give me Indianapolis to pull up an upset. Is that going to be my upset of the week? Well, I mean, Detroit over Chicago. You know, we'll make it official in a little bit, I guess, if it's in my upset of the week.
They'll start out on the
Oh,
ground.
where was that last possession? Carolina at Miami. This is a toughie. Carolina has turned things around since they brought back in Cam Newton. I think that might have been the thing to spark them. And plus, Caffrey is healthy again. So Carolina can be making that push for a wild card.
Now it's Rodgers.
Push. Wow, look at all that time. Run with it. Run. There we go. First down and more.
He'll have a first down past the 40.
So yeah, give me Carolina ever since they got Cam Newton back. Tennessee at New England. Oh, this a no. Give me New England. New England's on a roll. Tennessee is finally limping their way, and I mean I don't expect New England to shut out Tennessee, but that was nice seeing New England shut out Atlanta last week, especially from our fantasy. But give me New England. Tennessee is hurt. They'll get to Ryan Tannehill, and
First down, Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's
yeah, give me New England.
And he's brought
Philadelphia
15 yards.
Philadelphia at the New York Giants. Well, we found out that trends are no longer our friends because the Eagles actually beat a non-animal team. And the Eagles are finally getting in rhythm. And Giants are just tumbling down. So give me the Eagles. But it is a divisional game, so who knows?
So from Rams territory now, it's first and 10 at the 41.
Atlanta at Jacksonville. You would think this is a game for Atlanta. But since Jacksonville's the home team, you know what? Give me Jacksonville. Give me Jacksonville. I'm throwing out a limb on this one. Atlanta just looked horrible last week. Nothing in rhythm, especially they were at home taking on New England, who's on the rise. But Atlanta's who knows? But like I said, give me Jacksonville with another upset. Here's a head scratcher though. The Jets and Houston. New York Jets versus Houston. Houston pulls up a huge upset last week over the Titans. The Jets are just stinkers. Somehow pull some huge upsets this year. They both beat Tennessee. But since Houston's the home team, give me Houston. Maybe Houston can win. Start getting on a roll.
Would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on third down.
Oh, he's got the first down. Oh, that's the last early game. Late games. Chargers, Broncos. Give me LA Chargers here. How they played last week, Justin Herbert. I mean, maybe this is it. Maybe the Chargers can make a push for the playoffs and be a dominant playoff team. LA Rams at Green Bay. Do I have to say any more? No, I do not. But knowing my luck, something bad is going to happen on this play. No, and play action. And, oh, yeah, see, he gets sacked. Knew it.
And he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc. Well,
but yes, I'm picking Green Bay. They're the home team. I think the offensive line is going to hold enough. I think defense is going to find ways to get pressure on Stafford, and Stafford's just going to, pull up, be wearing his Lions jersey. Minnesota at San Francisco. Just in spite, I'm going with San Francisco. F you, Minnesota. We'll see you week 17 at Lambeau. Oh, look at that big old gaping. So yes, give me San Francisco. That's the last late game. Sunday Night Football. I don't know. Is Lamar Jackson healthy? I mean, yes, they found a way to beat Chicago, but everyone finds a way to beat Chicago. Oh, 3rd and 5. With about 3 minutes left in this game. Takes a snap. Plenty of time. Oh, nearly intercepted. He would have been gone. Ramsey would have been gone. That would have been pick 6. So here we go. They trot out Crosby. And in the real world, we don't know if he would make it or not. But I think the Ravens can find a way and beat the Browns. I don't know. That's going to be a toughie. And then Seattle at Washington Monday Night Football. Give me the football team. Oh, let's see. What am I say?
The kick by Crosby is good. And they have taken the
Yay!
lead in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Go with that, I guess. So, you know what? Let's see. That'll be my lock. I'm taking a gamble here.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties.
And they'll take a knee with 3 minutes left.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. There again is the running back.
My lock is going to be Philadelphia over the New York Giants.
I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but
And my upset, my upset's going to be Indianapolis.
That's what you're looking for if you're a
Indy
back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up
Indianapolis
front of creating
over
space. You've run through it.
Tampa Bay.
Wide receivers who want to catch passes as
Yeah,
opposed to
there we go.
block, but they're helping out too.
That's all good. That's all good. Let's enjoy the rest of this game. 3 minutes left, right?
Now a first down throw. Stafford.
All overthrows his target.
His throw incomplete.
So here we go. It could come down to this. Come down to a field goal or two.
But it'll be second down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me
Both
to watch
teams
his
have all
feet.
3 timeouts. We have 2-man warning still. Green Bay's defense has to hold. Just got to keep the Rams out of field goal range.
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off.
And they only have a 3-man rush.
That led to the incompletion.
Oh, see? It's not like those 3 men are getting to Stafford. Now it's 3rd and 10.
They've done some good work. They force incompletion.
And I mean, they can afford to punt the ball away.
That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is
3rd and 10. At their own 25. 4-man rush, and he gets it off.
That'll be caught by Cup. And he is going to have
Jeez.
a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing again is Stafford.
Playing time. And throws it down the field wide open.
Got this one to Henderson. It's caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before.
And that will take us to 2-minute warning.
24 yards.
I mean, they are in field goal range. Just wide open. He comes out of the backfield, no one's covering him, and he's just running straight up the field. Boom. We are to the final countdown.
3 points separating these two sides
Do,
with
do,
2
do,
minutes
do.
left to go in the 4th. So it's Rams football here as we get your
They're on
reset.
Green Bay's 37-yard line. 2 minutes to go. Both teams have all 3 timeouts.
Final drive.
Oh, they're getting to him, and he gets off.
Stafford's throw here hauled in by Cup.
There's no need to call any timeouts because if you're the Rams, you want the clock to tick, 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 tick. You don't want to give the other team. Doesn't matter who's on the other side. If you have the ball, you don't. And even if you're losing, you don't want to leave any time left. That's the whole point. Even if they have timeouts.
Now it's Stafford.
Gary, oh come on, Gary, get off him. And he throws it away.
Toward the right sideline, but it's
So
incomplete.
3rd and 4. I mean, they are in field goal range. Oh man, I really don't want to go the whole time.
Go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And if you're thinking field goal from here, it's 48 yards.
48-yard field goal attempt isn't so bad, but he's under pressure. He gets hit. And there's so. I thought Preston Smith's going to catch the ball off the rebound.
He was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Because earlier in the game, their kicker missed a 55-yard field goal. He had distance. It was just off to the right. They got to him. Lowry got to him. Here we go. 4th and 4. They have to try the field goal, right? I trust you more than Crosby. A minute 23 again. 1, 2, 3. Kick is up, and it is good. So we're at a tie game. And both teams have all 3 timeouts. Here we go.
We knew this had the potential to be a tight game.
41-41.
Couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right?
1-1-9.
Know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up. Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
I don't want overtime. I want to get this over with. Here's the run up and the kick. Takes it at the 1. Malik Taylor, he's up at the 25, 27-yard line, 28. So, 72 yards for a touchdown.
So after that hot start, the numbers show the decline. What has the defense done?
It's like, why? Green Bay hasn't run the ball, especially when they had the lead. But yet, they had 2 pick sixes, so I mean, Green Bay's offense didn't score there. So, who knows? Here we go, minute 15.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case,
the Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
Timeout? Or are they going to hurry up? 2nd and 1. I just missed what Rodgers' stats were. He's had 2 interceptions, though. A minute left. I have no huddle.
The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. To throw is Rodgers.
Jones, this is where you call the timeout. Come on. Okay, whatever.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's
I might just be talking on my butt. Turner's 77, okay.
The Packers gonna use
You let all that time run off the clock. What, 15 seconds I think they let run off the clock. Then you call timeout? No, you call it right away. Like I said, this is one reason why I hate Madden. So they're at their own 46. 31 seconds left.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Rodgers to throw.
Now he's running with that bad toe, and he gets out of bounds. 25 seconds left. 4 rushes for 30 yards. That sounds about right for Rodgers. He can run the ball, but I don't know about that toe. If that toe is, believe me, I have had toe injuries or my toe in pain and so forth, and putting pressure. And I'm just thinking about my big toe. My other toes, I yanked out a nail once on my nails. On my little pinky toe, yanked that out and put pressure on that. Oh man, that hurt. Oh, they gotta get closer. You can't just run the ball here. You have to bring another timeout. But yet again.
Jones.
Yet again.
Go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
But here's the question: what you do on defense? Okay. Say Green Bay gets the first down. Do you call a timeout? No, I don't think you call a timeout. Well, you stop them here. Do you call a timeout? Oh, and hopefully Jones doesn't fumble the ball. I think they're gonna let click down to 5 seconds. They call timeout, and then we go to we put it all on the line. It all comes down to the kicker. In all honesty, I don't know how much faith I have in Crosby in this day and age. Just how he started off the season so well, then that Cincinnati game. It was that Cincinnati game that he got that hiccup. And it's like, yay. Okay, 2 seconds left. So either Either we get the game-winning field goal, or we go to overtime. Does LA use one of their timeouts to ice the kicker? Here we go. Yep, they call timeout.
Get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Here we go. To win the game. Up, and it is
And Crosby's kick is
good.
Crosby comes through like he's done so many times before. And there'll be some happy cheeseheads tonight.
So, man predicts that Green Bay will get the W in a thriller in a shootout at Lambeau Field.
Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working.
Yeah, whatever.
They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator,
Look at those. Look at that box score.
Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
Take a look at some of those highlights. The Rams jump out to an early 14-0 lead, I think it was. And then, yeah, a couple pick sixes gave the Packers the lead. But the Rams got a few interceptions of their own to claw their way back to tie it up. And but in the end, Green Bay got the ball last, and that's how it ends. Look at that, passing yards and rushing yards. It might totally come down to whoever has the ball last will win. If it's a tie game, I should say. So there you have it. Man predicts Green Bay is going to get the win over the LA Rams. We'll find out come this Sunday, I guess. You know, first and foremost, happy Thanksgiving. And if you like what you see, you know, give it thumbs up, subscribe, whatever. And until next week, I know I didn't look at what the games are next week. Well, it'd be a surprise. So until then, adios, muchachos.